In a quiet suburban neighborhood lived an elderly woman named Margaret. She had spent her entire life working hard and saving every penny to build a comfortable life for herself and her family. But tragedy struck when she fell victim to a heartless scam that left her penniless. Months passed, and the local police tirelessly worked on the investigation, determined to bring the culprits to justice and recover Margaret's lost money. Finally, a breakthrough came. The police had identified the scammers responsible for Margaret's financial ruin. With great relief, Margaret received the news that her money had been found and would be returned to her. She felt a glimmer of hope in her heart, the hope that justice would prevail and her life could return to normal. However, her joyous moment was shattered when she received a dreadful call from the lead investigator. He revealed that the mastermind behind the scam was none other than her own grandson, Harrison, who had just turned 18 years old. Margaret couldn't believe her ears. How could her own flesh and blood betray her in such a cruel manner? Feeling betrayed and heartbroken, Margaret made a difficult decision. She chose to press charges against Harrison, hoping that the consequences of his actions would teach him a valuable lesson. Despite the pain it caused her, she believed it was the right thing to do. Harrison's trial began, and the weight of his actions hung heavily over everyone involved. The court treated him as an adult, and he was sentenced to a year in prison. During his time behind bars, Harrison had a chance to reflect on his choices and the pain he had inflicted on his family. Upon his release, Harrison was determined to turn his life around. He sought redemption and made amends for the mistakes he had made. He actively participated in rehabilitation programs and engaged in community service, hoping to repay the trust he had shattered. Despite his efforts, suspicion still followed Harrison like a shadow. People were quick to point fingers at him when a similar scam occurred, this time targeting his own grandfather. The amount scammed was smaller, just $1,000, but it still left a devastating impact on his grandfather's finances. Harrison understood why everyone would immediately assume he was responsible. Given his past actions, it seemed like the most logical explanation. However, he swore on his newfound integrity that he was innocent this time. He pleaded his case to his family, but doubt still clouded their minds. Seeking the truth and determined to clear his name, Harrison urged the police to investigate further. To their surprise, the police discovered that this scam had originated from a different country and had no connection to Harrison whatsoever. It was a painful reminder that scammers exist all around the world, preying on innocent victims. The police regretfully informed the family that recovering the $1,000 was highly unlikely. It had already vanished into the depths of the scammer's network. Instead of feeling anger or disappointment, Margaret and her family were overcome with relief. It wasn't Harrison after all, and they owed him an apology for not believing in his transformation. With tears in their eyes, Margaret and her family embraced Harrison, seeking forgiveness for doubting him. They realized that he had truly changed and become a better person, eager to make amends for his past mistakes. This experience served as a turning point, deepening the bond between them and reinforcing the importance of trust and unconditional love. As they started afresh, Margaret and her family vowed to move forward with their lives, supporting Harrison on his journey of redemption. Together, they would navigate the challenges that lay ahead, cherishing the newfound understanding that forgiveness and second chances can bring.